It's great to be invited to come speak to you. I'm going to use my maxim that you have to know your crowd, know your audience. One speech does not fit all. I used to joke that when you try a whiplash case to a jury, you don't generally want to quote Shakespeare. Which I can do. I'm not going to quote Shakespeare. I'm just going to get right to what I would love to say to a group of Northern Kentuckians and to the media that's going to broadcast this. The last governor from Northern Kentucky was William Goebels. He got elected in 1900, was shot, died 4 days later. He was governor for 4 days. That was the last governor from Northern Kentucky. He was the only governor in the history of the state he's the only governor in the history of this country to be assassinated while governor. Crazy history. Jim Bunny ran against Martha Lane Collins and lost. Floyd Poore ran and lost. There's been other people that have thought about running and they didn't. Some of you might have got this letter that I sent out. I sent a letter out on my email group and I posted on my social media about this, that I find it bizarre and almost weird that nobody from Northern Kentucky has even attempted to run for governor, and we've not elected a governor from Northern Kentucky. I actually used two examples of two people that I thought could pull it off. One was the late Biz Kane, who was very much a Kentuckian, had a great personality to do it if he wanted to do it. Dave Wallace, who is the president of Heritage Bank and is my law school classmate, is tied into the state FFA and 4-H and all of that, and I thought he'd be one. He said when I sent the letter out, everybody started calling him. He said, I started calling him. And but I want you all to know that I'm 59 years old, just adding 59 years old. And I don't want to go over my background, my resume, or my issues. You can go to DetersForGovernor.com and you can see it all. You can check me out on the Bulldog Show. By the way, I got to make a little joke about it. I was in the Optimist Club for a while when I was younger. I joined everything. You know, a young up-and-comer, you want to join. I joined I was in the Kiwanis, I was in the Optimists, I was in everything. And I just want to let you know that, don't you find this a little bit challenging with our current president? But I get it. And by the way, I coined a phrase. I called myself a pragmatic optimist. I used to get criticized by my dad all the time, my whole life, for always seeing the glass half full. He'd always see it half empty. And I am an optimist. So here is what I want to say to this group. First off, I have been traveling the state, and I can tell you that I'm going to win. Now, many of you might say, well, how do you know you're going to win? Well, because I got a movement going. And here's what people are starved for. People are starved for a non-career politician who shoots straight, tells it the way it is, and with all due respect for anybody in this room, because I don't want to offend anybody, the thing I want to share with all of you guys is I am who I am. I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And if people don't like it, that's okay. I don't want to fight with anybody about it. It just is. But you're going to know where I stand. There is, in the Republican primary, a whole bunch of people running, and I've got my lane. And my lane is the non-career politician. And I'm sorry to tell all of you this, because I know some of you support it. The biggest applause line, and it's not even close, when I speak at Republican events, is the anti-McConnell message. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Everybody knows that I'm pro-Trump, been Trump. I'm one of these people, I love DeSantis too, but I'm not going to abandon Trump. I am disliked by the media. Here I am running, and by the way, I put my credentials up against anybody. Business background, media background, law background. I'm 59 years old. For anybody's thought of who's wealthy, I'm wealthy. I'm self-financing this campaign. Kelly Craft's not going to outspend me. I recently spent $400,000 on a direct mail piece of the entire state, every Republican household. Did any of y'all get one? Yeah, y'all got it, okay? Who does that in January? Okay? and the response to that is overwhelming. So I want to tell all of you that I'm very confident that I'm going to win because I'm going to spend the money it takes. My social media is the best. The message is getting out there. I'm traveling the state. Everybody knows what I stand for, and it's working, okay? And I'm in it to win it. Now, I want to focus on Northern Kentucky. I extend an olive branch. This gentleman right here would be an example. He and I've had a distant past. As each day goes by, as you get older, those things mean less to something. They mean less to me. They mean less to me. I have the most friends in Northern Kentucky. I got all kinds of friends in Northern Kentucky. Bulldog Nation, fans. I got fans. How many people? I got fans, folks. Okay, and they love me. Freedom Fest. You all realize this Freedom Fest 2 years ago was 8,000 people. Last year was 15,000 people. This year, President Trump's people have asked for us to fill out the form. It's on his schedule tentatively. Now, we all know his schedule could change. But guess who's coming back? Eric Trump, Don Jr., Kim Guilfoyle. They asked to come back. Eric Trump says it was the best event he's ever been to. And he goes to all these things. It blows Fancy Farm away. Fancy Farm away. This year we'll have 30,000 people. Do you know who pays for that? Me. Bulldog Media. All right? I do it for the community. Northern Kentucky is now the host. Now let me just tell you something. This troubles me about what's going on in Northern Kentucky. And I'm just like Biz Kane and Dave Wallace, very different personality, but I'm somebody, because of my personality and my positions, I can connect with people. I spent my whole life fighting for people. We represented the healthcare workers for free against St. E's on the mandate and the vax for free. Nobody does that stuff. I went to jail, folks. People say, oh, went to jail. What do you think those 580 Durrani clients thought when I went to jail for 8 days fighting for them to get their trial? They love me. All the BS you hear, oh, you got this barred. I never got this barred. I fought with the Bar Association because they're a corrupt organization. Do I look and act like a typical walk and talk normal lawyer? How many people like the legal profession? At Freedom Fest, I said, how many people like lawyers? Boo! I wear with a badge of honor. Anybody who's here, you get a free book, Butcher Pakistan, or my book that I wrote about my brother Seth has got cerebral palsy. It's 100 pages. You get a free book. I dare any of you to read the prologue. It's only 3 pages. If everybody in the state of Kentucky would spend time to read those 3 pages of the prologue, I'll win in a landslide. Because there's no way that the people in Kentucky would not vote for a person who does what's outlined in those 3 pages. I'm not what the media covers. Do you believe this? Link, Northern Kentucky Tribune, 5912 Inquirer, 19. Not one story about this guy running for governor from Northern Kentucky. But they'll report when I confront my nephew, who's trying to run over my wife and scare the hell out of my wife all summer long. When I, as a man, say enough's enough, and I challenge him, well, they're going to run with that. When cities are burning down all across the country, and I say, what's the Durrani clients got to do to get their trials? Burn down the courthouse? Oh, we're going to ban Eric from the Hamilton County Courthouse. I'm the only person in the world who's been banned from the Hamilton County Courthouse. Think of all the criminals that have gone through there. So what they try to do is they project. Now, one of the things, the reason why I bond with Trump so much is I know what it's like. What you got to do is you got to fight. You got to fight or they roll over you. So I'm a fighter. I'm tougher than a pine knot, as Larry Forgy says. And I am. Now, my point, I'm asking Northern Kentucky to elect me. I went out to Boone County this week, and I'm telling you, I almost got emotional. That precinct officers, 100 precinct officers out there, all coming up to me. Hey, I really enjoyed the Freedom Fest. You have our vote. We really enjoyed the Freedom Fest. We're going back. You have my vote. These people, just like the Durrani clients, ignore it all. Think about all the hell the media writes about me. Why do those 580 Durrani clients and my fans still follow me and like me? Think about that. Have you ever read the newspaper where I stole somebody's money? Have you ever read a newspaper where I did some heinous act? No. My buddy Alan Statman jokes, where I did some dastardly deed? No. It's me being me, boisterous as I might be, fighting for people. And you know what? People are ready for that across the state. I'm telling you, from Western Kentucky to Pike County, I got Harlan County blood. I can go down to the mountains. The people in the mountains love a bulldog. Not a tough sell, is it? For me in the mountains? The people in Louisville love my medicinal cannabis position, recreational cannabis if you're over 25, and guess what? Liquor it. Local option. Local option. How about gaming for Northern Kentucky? We are breaking records for Cincinnati sports gaming across the river. Why shouldn't we have a casino and sports gaming in Northern Kentucky and get all the revenue to ourselves? We have bingo. We got lottery. We got the racetrack. It's ridiculous. I'll be very candid with you. Unless you hate Eric Deters so much, or you're so jealous of Eric Deters so much that you can't bring it upon yourself to pull the lever for Eric Deters, Northern Kentucky is going to miss out on an opportunity that they haven't had since 1900. Jim Bunning couldn't beat Martha Lane Collins, the first woman Democrat at that time. Wasn't going to happen. Floyd Poore wasn't going to beat the Wilkinson machine in a primary. I can win this thing. It's a crowded primary, folks. It's a crowded primary. And by the way, I've been joking. All my haters in Northern Kentucky, they got to go 11 different ways. I'll take all my friends. The haters aren't going to all get together and say, hey, we all hate Eric. Let's all go vote for this person. I can win this thing. Over half the people out there in Boone County came up to me and said they were voting for me. I was pleasantly surprised because Maddox withdrew. Maddox withdrew. That's the other thing. I don't understand all the people that think and talk the same way. It's all about the cost. Do you know that I've invited Thomas Massey to every Freedom Fest and he ignores me? Why? We invite Rand Paul to the Freedom Fest. Ignores. You know? We tried to cover Maddox Massey's fundraiser at Beans and she refused to look at us and talk to us. Thus began the war. So what? Aren't we on the same page? The Tea Party. I was asked to go speak, went to speak, then I was told I wasn't going to speak. What the hell is this all about? Someone's like, well, Eric Deters, you're allowed to mistreat him. Well, guess what? You can mistreat me, but you're not going to stop me. The media can ignore me. All those mailers you got, the media, thank you. The media couldn't stop those mailers going to those people. Now I'm going to stop more mailers. I got another mailer coming out this month, in March. I'm going to have TV, radio, and everything. So Northern Kentucky, you have an opportunity to elect a governor. A governor. Now, guess what? I'm not moving to the mansion. I'm going to live in my very nice home in southern Kenton County. I will live in this community while I serve as your governor. You'll be able to text, call, and email. If some of you have never tried it, you should. By the way, that's blowing people away. Do you know that I respond to every single text message and every single email personally? I answer every single question. How cool would it be that you all living in Northern Kentucky, when the road's screwed up or something's wrong, you say, I'm going to call Eric. And I say, what is it? Where is it? Tell my assistant, get so-and-so, transportation secretary, tell him to call him and get that taken care of. Can you imagine that, folks? Northern Kentucky. Now, if you hate me so much that you don't want to do that, that's your problem. But I'm telling you, I'm going to win. I'm going to win because I'm playing to win. I know what my message is, and I'm asking for all the like-minded people to support me. And you're from Northern Kentucky, so I hope you can. So thank you very much.